one cannot expect. It is good to have so many friends with us who are interested in the work that we do here at the Research Center for Material Culture. My name is Wayne Modest. I think I know almost all of you. That's why I say friends. And for those who I don't know, this is an opportunity for us to know each other as we continue our ongoing conversation around research on ethnographic world cultures collections. Some time ago, I was sitting together with Peter Peltz, and we were talking about the Fonds Ethnology Leider. We were talking about FEL, and what FEL, a fund that was established between the university and the museum to stimulate collaboration, but also to stimulate research on, research on ethnographic collections and also just ethnography. The funds supports several initiatives, including the annual Gerban Slezing lecture, which will happen again this year in November. But it also supports students in the our annual Stephen Engelsman grant, all of whom go out and do work that are related to our collections. We were sitting together and we asked, what else could we do? What kind of work could we do to stimulate this kind of collaboration together? And it came out that we wanted to start a distinguished fellowship, the FEL Fellowship, distinguished fellowship, where we invite scholars who've been working in areas that sits between the museum and the university, whose work has been inspirational for us who work in the museum, but also for those who work at the university. It was very easy to come up with the name James Clifford. And when he accepted, or we announced it last November, and he accepted to come here in April, May, we were very thrilled. James has been here with us for just under a month. The month will end at the end of this week, in an ongoing conversation around his work, and many of you might know the big trilogy, Predicaments of Culture, the second one, Roots, and the third one, which some of you might not know yet, Return. And we've been in an ongoing conversation around these works and around what do we think about the contemporary role of ethnographic collections and museums in the present. This afternoon, we've invited James to give a special lecture, Museum Realisms, and I will want to use that S, Z. And in addition to that, we've staged a set of conversations with him within our 3 museums. He went on a visit to the Africa Museum in Nijmegen with the curators, a visit to the Tropen Museum, and a visit here, Museum Volkenkunde, a detailed conversation with curators around these exhibitions. And we've invited 3 scholars, Professor Peter Peltz, Professor Susan Lejeune, and Professor Peter de Kers, to think together with James around the questions of realisms, but focused on one of the 3 museums. James, it has been, I will say for all of us, a very fruitful conversation. And it will end on Thursday when we have a small group of people thinking together about the trilogy itself. But for now, we'd like to invite you for your presentation on Museum Realisms. Thank you.